Yo guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be talking about how I use yearly open, low, high, close fractal to catch this crazy ETH trade. So first, this is the 90-day chart, guys. Okay, you guys can see, right? 90 day. So within the 90-day chart, you're going to have 4 candles in a year. Okay, inside the 90-day chart, you're going to have 4 candles to make one yearly candle. Okay. So what your goal here is to capture the low of the yearly candle and then to sell out with the high of the yearly candle. Okay. So now that is time based. Again, you guys can see this is the yearly open candle, January 1st, right? So from this January 1st to all the way down here, this move exactly took 90 days or 3 months. And then once we created this 90-day range, right? You guys can see the second 90-day candle coming out of the year, making a open low, creating yearly fractal low, right? So this is your yearly open, and this is your yearly low, right? And now this is your yearly highs being put in, and then now we're on the last candle for your yearly close. So let me clean this up real quick. So now, again, to wrap it up, in your yearly candle, you have your 4 fractals, your open, low, high, close of the year, which is now divided into 90 days, right? So now your first 90 day, and then now your second 90 day, and then your third 90 day, and then this is your last 90 day of this year now. So this is your last move of the year. Okay, so all these bigger moves are time-based, super time-based. As you guys can see, this is not just me saying, and you guys can see it for yourself. So now, looking at this, right, I have called out in my inner circle, just to give you guys proof, look at the date, 4/24, right, 2025, all right, and you guys can see the chart here, the price here, the level here. This is precisely, again, that's your quarter 1 range, and this is your quarter 2 open low. As we were doing the open low, I have mentioned this is where we're going to have to go full long, and our target is minimum 4,100. Right? And this was my TA again from 4/24. Okay? So now this is exactly right here, right? This candle. Now I'm going to zoom into the 23-day to show you guys that exact, chart that I was showing you guys. So it was sweep of these lows, right? Exactly coming into the value area low of the 23-day, right? Coming right into the time, okay, which is now your quarter 2 of the year, right? So that already signaling to me, okay, we have now created the yearly range and we have manipulated the yearly range to the downside. And again, at this time, if you guys study or go back and look, this was max fear. Okay. Everybody was saying we were going lower prices. Everybody was saying $800, $300, ETH is over, crypto's done. But again, precisely at this time, I faded all those, right, and gave a max buy call, right, at that precise candle. So now understanding your yearly fractal, which is your yearly open low or yearly open high. But clearly in this case, this is the last year of the 4-year cycle. So now this was your yearly open low play to do your high and close, right? And I'll show you guys right here, just for proof too. Right? Check the date. 10, 10:02. So this was screenshot from today. Okay. So now you guys can see I'm still up 187x, right, on my ETH long from where? 1762. Okay. 1762. Again, that is your now higher low entry off of your yearly open low, right? So now off of this open low, this is where I have made my entry. So now off of this next candle, open low, making your higher low. So now I'll show you guys zoomed in inside, right at that point. So now it'll be right here, okay? This was now after that first initial move up, right? After that quarter two flipping, what do we have on the lower time frame now? We started to break structure, right? On the lower time frame, creating new fair values to the upside, right? So the order flow is clearly flipping, right? And then we're targeting these highs. And once again, this was now your week one inside of this new month. So now this was your week one open. And then going into the week two open low, this is where I took my entry off the third six, right? Inside of the third six fractal of the day on a Tuesday. And this is where I have made my entry right off of that third 90, right? Which is, you guys can see the precise price on my cursor, 1762, which is my entry. Right. So this is not some hindsight bullshit. I'm still in this trade and I'm 90% out on this trade, only have a little bit left over and that's it. But I'll TP the rest at 5.3K and I'll let the peoples know because that was my final target. But either way, my point is, guys, if you guys can understand these higher time frame fractal shifts, right, you guys can use whatever entry model that you guys want to use. And clearly you guys can see too, coming into this level, what do you guys see? A clear low, lower low, right? Coming into the daily chart, low, lower low, and higher low coming out, right? And then again, what do? We create a clear daily inversion, flipping, closing above this bearish gap, plus this bullish order flow coming out. And so that was the sign for me to already, okay, and we're flipping above the daily value area low as we're flipping bullish fair value, right? So now that already gives me the sign to wait for a new monthly open low, which is again fractal, just like how I said the yearly open low. I would be doing the same thing in a monthly base. I'll be looking for the monthly open low, which is around week two every single time, week two, week three. So now in this case, again, week two on a Tuesday, right? That is your now monthly open low. Week one open, week two low. And that's where I took my entry, right? And then you guys can fractalize that again down all the way down into the daily time frame, into the 6 hour fractal to get that precise entry. Okay. And now again, your targets are always going to be your opposing side of the, your 90-day range. So now in this case, now zooming back out into the 90-day, your targets are easy. There's not 5,000 highs to hit. So from entering this low, your targets basically, again, immediately become these highs. And that's why I have shown these TPs ever since I gave that call out from this point. So I hope you guys find some value in this video. And if you guys like the sauce that I'm dropping, make sure give thumbs up and like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.